Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome if you are new. My name is Charlen, and on this channel, we discuss everything beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if you like my style, why don't you subscribe and you stay a while. In today's video, as you saw in the thumbnail, I have some thoughts. Ulta Beauty World Tour ×2, second year, went live today, and I have some thoughts about what went down. So if you would like to see my thoughts on the Ulta Beauty World Tour Expo showdown today, then just stay tuned. So let me start out by saying I love me some Ulta. Y'all already know it. How many times have I hauled Ulta products on this channel, following the 21 days of beauty, following all their different sales and advertisements. And before I even started my channel, I've been an active member of the Ulta Rewards program for years. Diamond member, like their top tier member. So mind you, when I heard that they was doing this Ulta Beauty World says beauty happens here, they was gonna have tickets go live today, January 21st at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, which my time would be 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This was their second year of doing this. First year, San Antonio, Texas. You could see all the creators and different ones doing their different videos, hyping this up, how great it was, how much products they was able to get just for their one simple fee, right? So this year they had it in, or is going to have it in April in Orlando, Florida, right in my backyard. Like a couple hours, I'm there. So I was super excited about it, mind you. Put it on the calendar, put a reminder on, did all the things. So if anyone don't know what this is, Ulta Beauty World, like I said, is something they started opening up to the public. Now, I seen someone else do a post about it who was like a general manager or something of Ulta. Don't know how true it is, so take this with a grain of salt. But apparently they do this expo for their employees every year so that they can be, have time with the brands, get to know the products and how it works, so that they can obviously be able to advertise these goods in their stores, right? Well, I guess last year they decided to open it up to where any beauty lover can grab a ticket and go. You paid the one fee. I believe this year was $160 unless you for the one-day expo, but they added on this year a second day, which is the first day, where you can do like a master class. Like you can really get some in-depth knowledge about some of the products from some of the brands. Mind you, they only advertised like a day or so ago only 2 of the brands that was gonna be there. The rest of them just said coming soon, but they never did drop them on the site. So everyone was like a big question mark about whether they wanted to do the masterclass. But everybody and their mama, wanted to do the expo, because with your price of your ticket, you automatically got what they call was a swag bag. What they said was $2,000 worth of products. So it was just worth it just to get the swag bag. But then on top of that, you was going to get to go spend the day at the expo, be able to spend time with the different brands, and also get additional free products. They even was selling a rolling bag that you only can use from them. So you had to purchase their bag. You can bring other little bags with you, but no rolling bags. You had to purchase their rolling bags to be able to fill that bag up with the products that you was going to be received. So needless to say, well worth the price. Like if you're a beauty lover, it's your opportunity to get to know the brands better. It's the opportunity to get the free products. I mean, you was going to get your money plus the experience. So it's well worth it. So needless to say, this was all hyped up. You know, if you're a beauty lover, you would have known about this. You would have been wanting to go to this. And I especially wanted to go because I'm right here. Like, it's literally in my state. So mind you, everybody was ready. It was a lot of misinformation out there flying around about different things. So I'll share one of the points that I really appreciate, because I got this. It says, mind you, because I'm bringing out a point that I feel like is very important here. It mentioned about how, you know, limited to guests 18 years of age or older. It mentioned about that you only can use a major debit and credit card company to make your payment. You couldn't use Ulta Beauty gift cards after pay or Apple Pay, not accepted. So it had to be your major debit card, credit card companies. That's not what I'm talking about. This point here, tickets are limited to 1 per transaction and are non-refundable and non-transferable. A unique email address will be required for each transaction. Now, I highlight that because it's a many of people who is saying they got multiple tickets. Yes. So how are you able to get in queue and get tickets for you, your friend, your mama, and whoever else, while other people sitting in line waiting on a ticket? I don't got nothing against Ulta. This is no shade to Ulta, but that's not right. That is not right. If you're going to say something is going to happen a certain way, you should make sure you have things in place to make sure that doesn't happen that way. And so I'm going to share some screenshots with you, because I had a friend of mine who was in a whole nother area. They were in queue, got, you know, right on time, like before time. All 3 of us was before time. Like, we was refreshing screens and getting on before time. And I'll tell you about each of our experience. I was on my phone. My sister had her tablet up and her phone, not tablet, laptop up and her phone. And I just had my phone. Refresh, refresh, refresh. 9:59, you know, 9:56, 57, 58, 59. Refresh, refresh, refresh for me personally. So after refreshing multiple times, nothing was popping up. And then when I finally was able to refresh, after I called my sister, like, were you able to get in? And she says, yes, I'm in. You have to hit this button that says get tickets. Now, I'm going to show you a screenshot of it. This thing was this tiny and it never was popping up on my screen. So after a couple of more minutes of me refreshing, so by 10:03, it finally popped up on my phone. Mind you, I had already been on there since 56 after, refreshing my screen all the way up through that point, trying to get it to load the link. Another friend of mine already was in, and I'm going to share y'all her thing. She was already in at 10:03. Already had got an email, says already, she made it all the way through where you could register. And it says registration closed. Tickets are sold out at 10:03. 10:03, the time that it let me in, saying you're now in line. I'm going to show you the screenshots. The time my sister was already in, she got in right at 10 o'clock. It let her in, but it says she was in line. My friend was in already had made it to registration. Says registration closed. Tickets are sold out. Wow, the hype for Ulta Beauty World is real. If you couldn't grab a ticket for this time, we're already counting down to next year. Hope to see you there. Okay, 10:03. Mind you, like I said, she got this. She didn't send me the screenshot until 10:03. So that means it happened before then. But mind you, I was still trying to refresh my screen to even get the link for me to be able to even get on. And then when I got on, it says to me, you are now in line. You are in line for Ulta Beauty World. When it is your turn, you will have 10 minutes to enter the website. And then it says status last update, and it would give you the countdown. So she sent that to me and said, it's showing me that it's already sold out. And she said, where are you? I said, well, it's saying I'm in line. So I'm thinking, oh, it must be only let a few people in so that everybody can check out. It's kind of like, you know, when you going on a ride, or, you know, you ever been on a ride or at a fair or any park or anything where they have to count how many people for the ride, and then they let the people go in, and then they do their thing, and then when the ride is over, then they let the other set of people. I assume that's what they was doing. You know, that queue, this C, what is this called? C event. And that's another thing. We'll get to that in a second. I assume that we always just put in a line according to order so that we could do our purchasing. Mind you, she already got a thing at 10, you know, when she sent it to me at 10:03, I already said closed. At this point, I'm already in, and it's saying you're now in line. My sister was already in line a couple of minutes before me, and she was on this one dot. When I got in, it gave me one dot. Like, not even a full dot. It was like a half a dot. And then we sat on there, mind you, from her 10 o'clock, my 10:02, 10:03, whatever o'clock, all the way to after 11 o'clock. Now, my friend already had got a notification before 10:03 saying registration closed, that they're sold out. So why do you have people sitting in queue for over an hour, making them think that they're in line to receive something that you wasn't planning on giving out? That's what's bothering me about this. Something there was mismanaged, misorganized. I don't know if it's this third party that they decided to use, because that's another thing I said I would get back to. They didn't just stay on the Ulta site with this. They decided to use this external site. And I don't know how this queue thing was working, but it wasn't working. Whatever it was that they wanted it to do, it didn't do. It just made a bunch of upset customers. And like, some of us are like diehard Ulta fans. Like, we love shopping at Ulta because of the brands that they have, because of the customer service and the rewards program that we receive from them. This was not customer service. This was not a way to treat your customers. If the thing was sold out at a certain time, all the other people in queue should have been notified immediately that it was sold out. Not have them sitting there taking up their time of their day. Because mind you, the time of the day that this was done, middle of most people's work days, or lives. It wasn't done at an early morning. It wasn't done at, you know, in the evening time. It was done in the middle of a day. Not even around lunchtime. And then you took up people's precious time sitting in a queue when something, you already sent notifications out to people saying that it was closed and that it was sold out. That's the part I don't agree with. And I just had to get on here and express that. I'm going to share with you guys, because at 10, what was it? Yeah, at 10:52, at that point, like I said, I'm already done been on there 50 minutes. I started screenshotting things. And then it eventually said, line is paused. So it went from just saying, you know, giving you the last status update with a countdown clock, to then saying at 10:52, line is paused. Like, then it was like, well, what do that mean? So my sister, I love my sister. My sister starts going on Reddit while she still got her thing up. Her one screen starts saying that it's at 2 dots. Her other one still hasn't moved. Mine still hasn't moved. But hers said line is paused. Mine says line is paused. And so she started getting on Reddit or whatever. And people were on there already saying it's closed out. Why do they still have people in line? And as people were commenting, comments were being deleted. That's another thing that rubs me the wrong way. Why are comments being deleted? Because if you know something was right, should have got on top of it and corrected it. If you couldn't correct it, you should have stopped it, let people know that something is wrong, and go ahead and get it fixed. Even change the time again for people to sign back on or something till y'all got it fixed. But just letting whatever happened continue to go on, where people buy multiple tickets and it being sold out and not notifying the rest of the people that you just got sitting there, that's a problem. Deleting people comments, that's a problem. I don't know if that was Ulta or somebody else, but whoever it was, that rubs people the wrong way. So then let's see here. What time was it? 11:09, still showing line paused. So that was another from 10:52 to 11:09. Yeah, another what, 17 minutes just still sitting there after that change. And then at 11:10, exactly at 11:10, I screenshot it where it's still saying line is paused, but then it says message last updated 11:10 a.m. Tickets are sold out. Wow, the hype for Ulta Beauty World is real. If you couldn't grab a ticket this time, we're already counting down to the next year. Hope to see you there. Yeah, so from 10:03 when my friend got the notification said registration closed, sold out, to 11:10 when my sister and myself both on all, on my phone, on her devices, said sold out. That's over an hour. It took you over an hour to tell people who's just been sitting there hoping and thinking that they had a chance to say, no, it's sold out. And no, you wasn't actually waiting in the line because that was a placeholder. It was just a queue you placed us in. So this is just a little mini rant. I don't normally do these types of videos, but I am a beauty. I love, my channel is based on a beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. And had I been able to get a ticket, I was looking forward to going so I can share the experience with my audience. And now I'm not going to be able to do that. And it's unfortunate, but I'm okay with it. But I did not like the way that made me feel as a Ulta Beauty lover. As a customer, I didn't like the way that made me feel. I didn't like the way it made a lot of people feel. And people are upset, mad, angry, rightly so. I mean, I've seen comments of people who already don't close their accounts. Like, they going to the extreme with some of the stuff. But they're upset. It's a knee-jerk reaction. They're upset on how they were treated. People don't like mistreatment. Especially when you love a brand. So tell me down below, did you even know about Ulta Beauty World? Like, I know it's a new thing. Like I said, this was only the second year. It was in San Antonio, Texas last year. And this was the second year they were going to be doing it. And it was going to be in Orlando, Florida. But will there be a next time? Would I be interested in going next time? I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be in a different state, obviously, if they're trying to move it around. I know it was opened up internationally, so some people in other countries was even looking at possibly going. Like, they thought it was worth taking a flight, getting a hotel, doing all the things just so they can attend. Because people love beauty, and this was an opportunity as a beauty lover to mingle with the brands, to be able to learn more about the products, and to be able to share an experience with like-minded people who also love beauty. Hair care, they, have it all. All the 200 plus brands that they have at Ulta was supposed to be represented at this event, at this expo. So we'll see. It's a question mark about it, about whether I'll be interested in the future. But, I would have loved to win this time. But it is what it is. I'm happy for the ones who were able to get tickets, because I saw where it was some people that were able to get on earlier than 10 o'clock. Like, it let them in. They got their links a lot quicker. And then some of us didn't get our links until after 10 o'clock. Some people was able to get on right at 10. But so like I said, there was some things that was flawed in that, and it's unfortunate is what it is. It really is. It's just unfortunate. And I hope they do better for next year. And really, to be honest, I hope they do something to make it right this year. Because as a brand, especially how much you hyped it up this year to get people interested in it, to fall through the way it did, it don't look pretty. Is what it is. But that's all I have to say about that, you guys. I just wanted to give my feedback on it. I hope the ones who were able to get tickets, because they should not get backlash for being able to get a ticket. They got on, they registered, they got tickets like everyone else. Now, for the ones that were getting tickets for everybody and their mama, that's not right. No, that's not right. But those ones who did it correctly, who went in like everybody else did, and they was actually able to get through to get their tickets, I hope they have a blast, a wonderful time. Enjoy it, take it all in, live it up for the ones who couldn't go. Enjoy your time. It is a time for beauty lovers to be able to enjoy it, so enjoy it. That's all I got to say about the subject, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.